Yeah, it really, I don't know.
I mean, Brew's available again.
They can't ban everything. So you go ahead, right? You go ahead and lock in that Bat Rider, but which, by God,
that's just scary.
That's where if you can't isolate the Monkey King, he's gonna get so pooped on. I mean, you could put Bat mid against Monkey King, and it's worth it.
Yeah, Bat's got a lot of flexibility now. The new Firefly. This is
God, that's actually insane.
I tried it, so we saw it.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that they buffed Bat Rider like that.
Yeah, because so there was a game earlier today with Bat Rider, and I saw the drums come out. I was saying to the chat, the thing about drums, right? This is the thing. People looked at that change. They're like, "Oh, Bat Rider didn't get buffed much, right? It's not going to be that big a problem." Drums value on that hero just went through the roof, right? Buy drum stocks while you can.
Okay, but the people that were saying that Bat Rider didn't get buffed much don't remember in 2015 when it was okay. So I like this a lot. Boom ID are going to take the OD off the table, and that is going to be more than likely a side lane Monkey King. All right, it's still, you really worry about the laning matchups. But here's the thing: people don't remember 2015 when it was Moon Meander that first started building drums on Bat Rider, and a couple people were flaming him for it, and then everybody realized, oh my God, wait a minute! This hero movement speed differential is just everything. In terms of setting things up and having that kill threat of multiple, 1v2 or even 1v3 kills on the lane as a Bat Rider early. 13% move speed bonus at max level Firefly is so huge for this hero.
Especially with another 13 coming off the drums.
Right.
Those drums and claiming people's mums. Like, this hero is going to sneak back in. I like you mentioned in the mid, because it's a hero that a few years back had a selective use, then completely disappeared primarily after the change to the lane, right, where they shortened it more. It made it very hard for you to actually be able to chase down people. But now with that movement speed differential, it's back in. It's back and it's valid.
No, people forget, again, that until they just kind of got sick of it and mega nerfed him and changed the lanes all around, 1v3 offlaners were no longer thing. Bat Rider was the hero in Dota 2 that had been relevant in the most metas, and he's sort of gotten passed by Rubik now because partially because all support players just like to play him. But yeah, I agree with you. I think he's back. I think he's going to be a hero that you're going to see start to feature in first phases of drafts sooner rather than later. Now, Boom ID now more than likely looking for, they can pivot the Sven to a 3 position and pick a support here. I still expect this to be an offlaner. And you look at the options available, I think you pick a Beastmaster or even a Doom.
Yeah, I was just thinking Doom. Like, that's actually the funny thing, is when you look at those two heroes, Doom and Bat Rider, right? They used to be the most dominant picks and bans in the pro scene for a very long time. They've somehow managed to find themselves a nice niche part of the market now. I like this. I like this, Nahaz. I like it when there's no dominant pick, right? We're nerfing the right heroes for the most. Some are slipping through. Some people will argue about Monkey King, but there it is.
Okay, yeah, there's the Doom. I don't overthink it. I was actually super surprised with the Grimstroke already on board that Mineski chose to ban out the Tidehunter there, when you've got the Doom and the Beastmaster that have so much more direct synergy.
I think they're just trying to strip giant team fight from Boom, right? Because you've got that Wukongs, you've got that Silence Eclipse. You don't want to add in a pretty scary Ravage. So you do get the Doom. This does mean that Boom's more of kind of a pick and flip lineup than a outright giant team fight. They're kind of mirroring.
Razor? No, okay, Clinks. All right, so
yeah,
you just needed a range. Yeah, you needed a ranged mid, and a lot of people in the last couple of days of the qualifiers had been picking Razor into the OD, but Clinks is just fine. You're right. It is. I don't know that it's a hard counter, but Moon's going to have a really good time in this lane. He's going to have kill threat. I think Mineski is just kind of the only misstep that you point to is not banning out the Doom. And so I think these drafts are still a little bit more even, but I like Mineski in this game.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. That Clink's final pick is perfect. The thing you have to keep in mind is the heroes he's potentially up against. If you stick Monkey King mid, he's screwed because he's just going to be ran out of lane with that 0 armor.
No.
And then if you stick the OD mid, like this is the other thing though, if you stick the OD mid, it's just as bad because the thing that happens is Astral has an incredibly short range. By the time you walk up to him, you've eaten 2 Siren arrows. Right. And if you do that as well, and you're at choke point and he drops that army, you die. There's no escape. What are you going to do? Astral him? Too late. Army's down. You're going to Astral yourself? Great. Army's waiting when you come out. This is spooky.
the other sort of ingredient equation is if you have something like an Earth Spirit on the OD's team, can be okay because you have the threat of skilling the Eclipse at level 6 and getting a kill on the Clinks, which can really arrest that momentum. But you know, that the part of the weakness of the Sven Grimstrik duo is they don't really want to roam as much. You know, this is a duo that wants to lock down a lane.
I mean, they free themselves up to do so to an extent in that Doom can be left alone. The problem I do see with the way that they've structured this draft on the side of Boom is if you do roam and you can't connect on mid and then you have to default to a tri-lane or something, you're tri-laning with a Monkey King. And Monkey King does not like sharing XP. He hates it. He needs a quick 3 to 5 so he can actually start snowball.
But you have no choice because, again, you can't... You know, where's Monkey King going to lane? You have to do whatever you can to get that Monkey versus Jug matchup.
What they'll have to go for. So, underway the final game in this series. Whoever wins this makes it to the Stockholm Major. Everything to play for. Could go either way. We've seen dominance from both teams. Don't be deceived by this choreo, folks. There's something mischievous and evil waiting inside it.
Oh, did you really? Must you? I mean, come on.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even try for those sort of comments. It just happens, all right?
Oh my God.
In the famous words of a beautiful clown, I just do things, okay?
I'm just not even gonna... I try not even to talk about it because I'm so triggered that you just magically get 380 move speed at level 1 because reasons, and you can disjoint projectiles without investing a skill point because reasons. It's just... It's so clowny, but, you know, tops in 1 TI... It's like, okay, that's your reward.
Slowly we'll nerf it out, but it'll be down to 0.1 seconds soon. Then we'll be like, wow, that's pretty skillful. Until we remember that Manta dodging's a thing as well.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, you're right. It's not easy, but all of these top level players have practiced mana dodging, so.
Oh yeah. Wait, is Manta dodge? Is it a 0.1 invulnerable or 0.2? I always forget.
I believe it's 0.1.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, we're almost there, because that's a 0.2 now. We're going to get there soon. But not before he basically does a lap of the map and makes it back to top. Do you remember when people were doing the whole choreo snipe with Monkey King?
Yes.
Those were good times.
I remember, hey man, I remember watching, Final Tribe was running Pablo on 4-position Monkey King and 4-position Nagasine with Meteor Hammer last year, and it was pretty fun. I mean, it was kind of bullshit, but you know that's what Dota is, right?
Find things to exploit. I am actually expecting by the time we're at the major, there's gonna be support Ursus. There's just gonna be. It's gonna stay back.
Hey, I was skeptical of it, but China already made it work last year, and that was one of the things that a lot of the Western teams were worried about going into TI. Like China apparently showed that a lot in scrims, and they were like, "Oh crap, this is something we need to be able to deal with."
Mm-hmm. No, it is incredibly scary. I tried to explain for a long time the Fury Swipe's duration just made it impossible to contest.
Yeah.
But now they've given him movement speed, so screw the Fury Swipe's duration. Just keep running and always hit him. Speaking of running, Pyli's going to run away. Does take the creep wave with him. Choreo, was that bringing out Sentry for the lane?
Oh, nice start from Moon mid. This was super important that he win the first wave or two. Oh, sorry, Makoto.
Makoto. I was about to say Moon is not winning that first wave.
Other way around. But it is super important for the OD to have a good start against the Clinks, because again with the lack of rotations, I think it's the Clinks that's going to have the kill threat sooner.
Mm-hmm. There's a few misclicks on creeps as well, so Moon isn't getting as much in the way of CS as he should. He's missed at least 3 now that he should have had. A little bit rough. It's okay though. This is the type of hero that you like play after not playing for a while and suddenly you're just thrown off by the animations, right? Like Razor used to be the same way. Drow for some players is still the same.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Drow's one of those heroes that the animation, it's kind of like Morana. All the bows, right? They're a little bit slow, but they're very smooth. Mm-hmm. And so I actually when I first started playing Drow, I actually love last thing with her even from the very beginning. It's just about, I think that the animation is just very well presented visually, even though it is slower, especially at low levels.
That's true. Especially I think the craziest one for Drow that always threw people off is you have to remember, oh wait, it used to be this hero got agility as well. Like, the jump once you reach level 6 was insane. They changed it, but some people's mindsets are still in the previous draft. I know I was one of those people suffering from that.
I am going to be a little bit more focused than normal on this lane. Good news for the OD mid. He is maintaining a little bit of a lead, but whether or not this Monkey King is going to be able to do okay against a Bat. Now, Bat has split XP with the Elder Titan, so we're not as worried.
Yeah, Monkey King has actually reached up to level 3, though. They gave him enough space. This is a good start. Because now they can start to threaten.
Yeah, even so.
Oh, wait, maybe not. He went for 1-1-1.
Exactly.
I can understand why he's doing it for the mobility, but still. That does mean you're going to wait an extra level before you got 2 points in the Jingu, because level 1 Jingu is, quite frankly, pure dog. It's also...
Yeah, but that's sort of the book on all, especially melee versus melee. It's the book on all Monkey King laning matchups, is that can you deal with the threat when he gets 2 points in Jingu?
Should also be pointed out how easily the whole tree dance can actually backfire here. If he gets caught in a tree by KP, well, that's a long stun.
Firefly.
And then on top of that, let's not forget the long-range attacks that come out from the flame break to stop you from even escaping into trees.
Sure.
A lot of risks. Decent stick value, though, if nothing else. That was the catch with the Bat Rider. He needs to use sticky napalms just to farm, which means everyone in the lane is going to be picking up a stick. And clubbing you over the head.
I think big picture, Mineski has to be pretty happy with the way these lanes are going. That your Jug is farming uncontested. The mid lane's going a little bit against you, but it's fine. Moon's going to get his.
No, once he gets 6, he has the kill potential. That's the thing.
And I think you kind of... Is it me or does Jokum kind of look like he's not really sure what to do in this lane?
Yeah, you can kind of see that. He's like, okay, I'll just pull. And that's it. This is the thing. You're stacking a Sven and a Grimstroke together. This should be kill potential galore. And they're not able to connect on anything at all. They're just sitting there.
And interesting, I like the glyph to pressure the pulls here, right? They glyph entirely just to disrupt what the dire side is trying to do in lane.
And look at this. They're trying to go on Pylight Eye, but he's too fast with that Spirit.
A lot of wasted time.
And while you're trying for those attempts, guess who's farming in the lane? Ajit in the bot lane. Just building a bigger CS lead. Runes are up.
Oh, okay. Sven does get the rune.
Oh, he actually did sneak in, yeah.
Nice little bonus, yeah. So 3 out of 4 for Boom.
Pylight Eye will punish them a bit for picking that up. They might turn around on him. KSQ does have a Mango to work with and a big stick. He'll throw out a stun. Although, not really sure what for. I mean, he had a full stick. He just wants to reset it. He knows he's going to get charges.
I super like that. It's unfortunate that they gave up the Bounty Rune to Sven there, because otherwise I would super like that glyph usage. I think a lot of teams... I think a lot of teams are hesitant to use that glyph
in the mid lane
early on.
The code?
Oh.
But Feby?
What?
He prioritized the Eva Shock over the Shackles.
That has to be a misclick.
Maybe he was just out of range. It looked like he should have been able to close the distance in time. Instead, Mikoto retreats to the jungle alive. And just in time as well, because Moon just hit 6. This was the perfect time to look for a kill. Now, it's unlikely Mikoto is going to overextend himself. How's the bot lane looking right now? Doom is not CSing well. 12-2 compared to Juggernaut 35-23.
Yeah, well, this matchup has not been 1v1, though.
It's true, but that many denies still. It's a great sign. Doom is this hero that's meant to be able to just greedily sit in the lane and do what he wants for the most.
Oh, Mikoto may be in a little bit of trouble here, but
they connect
Jokum
Shackles.
is in position.
Banner's Race comes out there. Feby needs to be careful.
Yeah, silence on the Shadow Shaman was very nice.
Mikoto has got his Sands Clips leveled. Moon's moving across now, looking for a play. Going on Yokum. Shackles comes out. They're going to turn around. Skeleton Army gets dropped. Mikoto, he's in trouble. He's going to go down. First blood drawn in Yokum. Runs for the high hills, but the Skeletons join in. Moon's brothers in arms here. Do the work. And in the bot lane, Ajit. He gets a solo kill into FBZ.
Oh, boy. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like we've come full circle from the previous game that, Mineski, I think, is now the slightly more confident team in their draft as opposed to a huge draft advantage for Boom in the last game. But, the laning phase, Mineski, everything that they want to happen pretty much has happened during this laning phase. This is exactly how you draw it up. The only thing you can even pick a little bit of nit with you wanted to get a little bit more pressure on the Monkey King with your Bat Rider, but
they might at least find a kill on the Febby though. Small consolation prize at this point. They'll get it. Kodo does get given the gold as well, but yeah, this is problematic. They do bring it back from the 2K net worth lead at the stage. My big concern is how your Doom just dies solo like that though. Ajit could not be allowed to get out of control in this game.
It's just classic underestimating the level 1 Omni Slack when you're a hero with very, very low baseline.
FPZ might be underestimating his opponents. He moves forward. He wants to club him. Uses the phase boots and the Scorched Earth to walk away.
Man, Febby was so close to Shackle range. That spell is just unfortunately really low range as a Shadow Shaman player.
And you don't want to have to level the Hex early on because you want that second point into the Ether Shock usually.
Yep.
Does create that dilemma for him. KSQ is now down here.
I see more and more Shamans going 1-1-1.
Yeah, it's very
so many situations. There's so many situations where if you do have to roam, that Hex is the difference between you being able to get a kill and not.
Yeah, I think
there's Bat Rider in the top lane using the lasso, but Jokum is in position. Will Pile Die be able to get the follow-up stun here?
Yeah, he does.
Comes in, should be a kill on the Monkey King.
They get him, they'll chase forth for Jokum as well. Beautifully done. He was so close to having that Jingu.
Yeah.
You could see him actually holding the Boundless Strike the whole while because he wanted to wait until he had that online. Beautifully done by Pi to get in position just in time, though. Now, they should be able to push on this top tower. KP will pull it through. Jug? They just took the tower. They managed to get him somehow. Febby's going to come in now with the shackles, but the tower isn't joining in. KSQ, no mana. Needs to be careful. Needs the backup of FBZ. Okay.
Doom was used there. That's fine.
Yeah, they used the Doom to get the kill. They did have to dive the tower for it. They have got back up here as Jokum is around. Febby is the only one here. They're going to move forward and look for him. The Hex comes out, but it's a little bit too late. Monkey King arriving as well.
4 heroes.
Just for a kill on the Shaman. They can maybe push on the tower afterwards.
Man, I don't know about that. Yeah, you're going to... Okay.
I mean, you're going to push the tower, but look. What is the investment difference? You commit Doom, you get killed in the Jug. That's great. Afterwards, you bring all these heroes down for this tower. Meanwhile, on the top, one hero is taking your tier 1 and opening up the jungle.
But the question becomes, what else is Monkey King going to do? Because he can't lane against the Bat anymore. It's fine.
I mean, he can't lane against anyone, right? The Bat Rider or the Klings. Even if you go for the Jug now, he's got a decent lead in terms of levels and gold.
No, but Moon says, okay, that's just fine. I can hit towers.
Yeah.
Clinks.
I mean, you just got the tier 1 and look at Klings go. Like, all right, tier 2. You guys aren't going to learn the lesson. I'm going to teach you.
Yeah. And OD feels super pressured. Feels like he has to respond to this.
Yeah, the problem is he has to be careful. This is always the frustration. If you're the OD responding, he's in trouble.
OKP.
Yeah, he just used the Astral, but now he's in trouble.
He used Astral.
He has to back up completely. You see it straight away. He knows. This is the thing. In that matchup, that's why it's so Kling's favor. The moment you use the Astral, doesn't matter if it's defensive or offensive, you can't engage. You're always disengaging. Possibly the scariest game for an OD we've seen in a while. And we've seen anti-mage games where they get decent timers or battle furies. So yeah, that kind of sets the scene in motion.
You know, we have created some nice space down here for Furby, and he is caught up to the Jug in net worth.
Fantastically done as well, considering how this game started. You got some decent CS, but then the time you had to spend away from lanes, those kills that they net paid off.
Wards drop for the mid tier 1 on the dire side.
He's going for the TP, actually. They're going to make a move on the Furby. Now he gets to the trees. They can't move quick enough, though. Still. I mean, KP going for the boots to travel first over the drums. I think the drums would have maybe worked out better here. This is a time in the game you want to make plays, right? You've identified the Monkey King is likely building into a Battle Fury. And you have the heroes to connect. I mean, look at Moon in the mid lane. Oh, they're jumping in. They're making the initiation. The Doom comes out. The Skeleton Army goes down the choke point. And now the damage. Jokum's going to fall.
Oh,
Sleep
God.
keeps men in place. KSQ going down fast. They're not getting rid of the Skeletons quick enough. They're ignoring them. They melt straight through them. They get a kill in the Rasta, but they're going to give more over. But being chased through onto Pi. Just trying to keep the aggression up. Gets in the trees. Does manage to leap away. Last two in the mid lane, though. They're going to turn around for a kill in the FBZ.
That was beautiful. Unlike in the last game, he's on a hero that is just going to continue to snowball in this matchup. They're going to have a hard time controlling this Klinks.
It's like Boom had totally forgotten what Klinks does now. Like, sure, if he shows up, he's consumed a creep, he'll kill one of us. No. No, now you play around a choke point, that's the Klinks show.
Yeah, exactly.
But Moon's got... Really? He's gone for the double treads build.
What?
This was good before, but after the changes, the constant nerfs,
yeah,
it's not that valuable anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really surprised. I think this might just be kind of a brain fart on the patch notes. Yeah, I heard about this build in the last patch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Klinks was definitely one of the heroes. There's a few different ones, actually, that were doing double treads. You got your value. But now, after they tweak the numbers again, it's no longer there.
It's one of those when, it's one of those very easy sort of warning signs, like when strength heroes start building Aquas. When people start going double treads on multiple heroes, it's time for a little balance tweak.
Can't mention Aquillas. They don't exist anymore. I mean, they never existed. Such a crazily strong item would never exist in a game like Dota. We are always balanced.
Fervian wants support up here. He wants to make a move, but I think he's gonna stuck watching his own tier 2 fall.
We've talked about these type of moments before. The pub, what do I do moment. Who's he gonna blame for this? He can cut the creep wave. That's it.
2 levels behind the jug of Ajit.
And meanwhile, Moon, TP's bot. He wants to kill.
Setting up for a move Radiant jungle here. Look
at the wraparound from KP. He's coming in right now. Yokum's going to be left behind.
Know exactly where they are.
No escape from that. He does at least ensure that FBZ does get out. They didn't get the tower either. While it's not a huge lead right now, it's on the right heroes. Like, yes, the Batrider is poorer, but with both Moon and Ajit accelerating here, the next 10 minutes become very concerning for Boom.
Yeah, agreed. I just think this Klinks is just a massive, massive problem. I do like the not only do you have double treads, but you have double tread swap. They're both on int.
Need the mana.
Oh boy.
No Quiller anymore. Oh no, he just Astral Mikoto. They even
well.
put down the army to ensure he dies. And look at his 4 heroes just suddenly there. Odie just wide-eyed. What the hell just happened?
Yeah, he just it felt like he had to use Astral on the wave because he wants to get back a little bit more because they don't have vision, but they're already there.
Greed constantly punished. KP has the lasso. Team isn't close enough though. They're just zoning out for another tower. And this is how you make the treads pay off. You just hit everything down by the 20-minute mark. Actually, he's actually going towards that diffusal next. He's got the completed mantra on his way.
Yeah, good man. He's just recognizing the game state.
No, he hasn't, actually. No. He's stopping the Yasha. He's just going Yasha into Diffusal.
Yasha Diffusal. Yeah.
All right, you got the rundown, in fairness. I wonder if Moon's going to go towards the Diffusal as well. It's so effective on the Klinks hero. Getting easy kills as well, as he finds another one in the trees.
Goodness. Like, this is, I mean, it's only 2K 15 minutes, but...
I hear something whispering in my ear. I think it's BSJ, and I hear the saying dead lane, and I don't think Boomers identified which one of these is exactly that.
And this smoke move, I mean, they're going to get something onto Febby here, but they even got to be careful. The Moon's still in position.
I mean, he doesn't want to go.
All right.
Like,
they're just going to decide. They don't have vision of the other 2 heroes.
It's an easy kill to give over as well, because while that's happening, you know you've got one core farming elsewhere, because KP... He's getting close to that Blink Dagger. He's not even going for the drums at all.
Yeah, no. After you get bots,
it feels kind of pointless, yeah. Klinks. Oh, news about Fervian. Fervian just came out the trees. No! Moon is waiting. What's he waiting for, though? He's waiting to see him get greedy and farm, and he's found it.
Oh, there's Sven support here, though.
They put down a sentry. KSQ thought something was up. The Moon's going to go and Skeleton Army goes down. Fervian, he can't escape. They throw out the Doom, but is it too late? They're going to lose one. Stomp comes through. Earthsplitter as well. He's going to fight up against this. Look for the kill to Yokam quickly. He will better find it. Omni slash through. Ajit gets one. Hex up on the KSQ means he's going to fall as well. You do get the Klinks, but you give free for it. A lot of gold going the way Yokam, by the way.
They had 3 heroes on him, and
they gonna get more?
Gets that Skeleton Army down. Oh my goodness.
FPC's been found. Lasso's going to drag him back. Say, Ajit, eat up. Shackles are holding him in place so they can easily kill off the Doom. Spin will be enough. Actually, KP got the final touch. Spin comes out. What the hell are you doing, buddy?
Mikoto's like, team? God.
Mikoto's like, I need a farm, guys. I went Midas.
I got Midas. I got my Midas.
That was
We're
actually
okay.
something we didn't highlight because I noticed it in the early laning phase. It's not just Makoto who's gone for a Midas in this game. Your Doom has also gone for a Midas. Your Monkey King has gone for a Battle Fury. So there is a big question mark. Who is creating space in this team? Actually, Fervian, he's in trouble. He needs to move away. He'll get back in the trees. Let me just think about this for a second. Well, actually, you know, maybe Joachim can. He just got 800, 900 gold from the Kling skill. Maybe he'll build something.
I'm
Shaman?
sure that'll work out.
Well, I think Febi's about to die in the same location. This time he might try and put up a fight, but it doesn't matter. The good news is the Febi is making a better escape each time, right? Last time he died here. This time he died here. So, technically, if we're to look at patterns, next time he'll die here.
I mean, look, Mineski do need to play with some urgency here, right? Because they are against these 3 farming items. That's part of the reason why the lead is only at 2K, despite, you know, them having 4 outer towers and just looking like they're completely owning this game.
Yeah, they should look to go towards Roche soon, I think, is the next move. I don't think they've got a Vlad's at all, though. They haven't got anyone who's going to build a Vlad's anytime soon, is the other issue. But they do have a healing board.
Radiant scan hits, so they know Boom is in position to contest here. Are they going to decide to push forward toward the tier 2 anyway?
Can they break this tier 2 and just go Roche? Like I said, like you've got the skeleton, right? The Burning Army is the strongest thing in this entire game around that Roche pit right now. So if you can actually just convert this tower and then flip over there, suddenly you can cut off the whole map from the side of Boom. And Febi needs to connect with his team. Pings are being made. They don't want him to show under ward vision because they assume that Boom do have vision in this area.
Yeah, and you can see FBZ furiously farming toward the Crimson Guard. That's what they're kind of... It's not going to fully negate that skeleton army, but it's going to do a lot to negate some of those damage instances.
And he's got it now. It's online. But, smoke movement. KP wants to make the jump. He's got the Blink Dagger. Who's he going to find is the real question. Going to go straight for KezQ. Drags him out. Drags him down to the low ground. That's enough. Astral protect him for the moment. If they commit, though, the skeleton army is there on a choke point. They'll leave him. KezQ does fall. Is that enough to encourage them to go towards the pit, or are they going to look for more? This might be a pit movement. I mean, they're checking the high ground for wards right now.
Yeah, they're playing this methodically, which when you have this kind of a lead and you're confident in your matchups, you can afford to do. But again, you do have to be aware that you got a lot of farming items on the other side. You have to sustain this pressure and not give up the easy kills, especially on your cores.
True. There's the pings, by the way. Moon says I want to do Roche. And he should. Yes, they got the Crimson Guard, but they don't really have any initiation tools available to him right now on the side of Boom. This is actually the other thing about the Bat Rider as a counter to the Monkey King. Usually Monkey King will play around the trees around that Roche pit, ready to counter. But KP sees everything, so you can't risk it. KP will show up here now. They drop the wards as well to ensure
Look like
this
they want to contest.
Stun coming out of the pie. KezQ, that's a zoning ultimate right there. Soulbind connects on the 2. They got the Phantom's Embrace on the Shaman, needs to get it off. So does Moon. He's going to turn around, Skeleton Army comes down, the Eclipse has been dropped. They're taking a lot of damage, trying to stay alive. Ajit is going to spin. He's got the Omni Slash available. The Healing Ward still alive, going to keep them up. The last 2 lockdown, the buyback's coming out, but no. Moon does die. He buys back into it, and it's enough. FBC should fall. They get rid of the OD. They'll be able to go back in and finish off the Roche. They're going to chase forward looking for more, though. KP sees the opportunity to Joachim. Pylai dies, barely staying alive on the back line. Find the kills. And in the trees, Fervin awaits. But once KP looks, here he comes. Fervin, they see him. Uh-oh. He dodges one hit, but he won't dodge the other. Jumps to the wrong tree and gets cut down.
That makes it worth it. You worry if you don't get the Monkey King kill there. You're against these multiple farming items. You've given up these buybacks, committing to the fight in the Roche pit. You do have to start thinking a little bit long term, but yeah, as long as you kill Fervian, that's totally worth it. You're super happy with how that went.
Well, that's the thing. They got baited in the choke point. Yes, you got the kill on the Moon, and that inspires you to go further. But, I mean, this is, I think, out of all the places on the map, the one that I've always seen to be the most effective for Clinks to fighting is these 2. With the double stairs, right? Because you get locked in at both ends, and suddenly you just die.
Well, it was, I believe, a point that you made in one of our matches yesterday, is that with the changes to the jungle high ground, just so many more choke points on the map, it feels like.
Surprised we haven't seen Pango sneak back in yet, but too weak of a laner to really justify.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the hero's problem for quite a while. And the fact that he hates playing against Grimstroke, right? He gets soulbound, and just the idea that you can't break that with your ult.
Yeah, and that's kind of a weird one. As long as people stay away from you, you can actually use your ultimate, but the moment you leash onto someone else, you do get the leash condition, yeah.
Right.
KP moves forward aggressively, doesn't find anything, will force stuff away, but they can take this tower without any contest. Fervin will try and slow it down for a millisecond. That's it. Najee, very scary to fight into right now. Aegis, Diffusal, Manta. Blink's going towards the BKB next. Doesn't want to get melted by that Silence Eclipse in the future. You know what? Technically, he can survive it if he switches both of his treads to in.
That would be pretty cool if he manages to do that double toggle.
Oh, Lasso, FBZ dragged out of his base and far away from his comfort zone. Go for this home stomp, but it's not enough. They'll mill straight through him. He activated the Crimson Guard, but now what? Kescu gets super low because the Skeleton Army did go down Fervian. Does activate the Wukong's command. Buyback comes out from the Doom. He's still got his ultimate available.
It still does a lot of damage.
It would have done more if they had bothered to focus the wards on the tower instead of Fervian. It's all good, though. You force a big buyback out of them. That's going to slow Boom down a little bit. And they'll just back off. Reset. But, I mean, you say that would be cool to see about the treads, right, Nahaz? But what if that is the justification the whole while as to why he built double treads? He knew what he was doing. But that was why. I
mean, if you double tread swap during like the cast animation, you're just officially a god, and I bow down.
I'm gonna go back and check.
Or something.
I'm gonna go back and check after this game. I want to know. He's like, I've got to know. All right, it's gonna eat me up inside. How's he been doing it the whole while?
The reach on the side of Mineski is going to continue to be a problem, though. As you look at Febi's close to his Blink Dagger, you're going to have 4 staff on Pile Die and a few hundred gold. I mean, they're just their ability to create kills with multiple heroes.
Trying to create kills now. KP's going to be found, though. Netted up. 4 staff to try and get him away. He'll be able to run for the high hills. And, Boom have learned their lesson. They say, hold on a sec. High ground and choke point. I think Burning Army's on cooldown, but let's not tempt fate. Even with vision.
And it's close, right? It's only on cooldown for...
That's the thing. The fight drags out a little bit too long. You're screwed. Look at this. Moon is actually going to scrap the BKB plans. He's going towards the Lincolns instead. Oh, bot lane. Lasso comes out. They found a target. Kodo in a lot of trouble. Earthsplitter drags him back in. He'll try and force stuff away, but it's too little too late. Turn around for the Astral. Nice TP attempt, but good luck with that.
Yeah, and I saw some people talking about Lincoln's against Doom yesterday in one of our games in the chat and saying, oh, well, why is he building Lincolns? They have enough single target abilities to pop it. But you know, that as a Clinks, it's critical that you be able to move around the map and that Doom by himself can't just catch you.
It's also the reaction, right? If you see that coming, you quickly cast the Burning Army. You still contributed after that. We saw it in the previous fight in top. Fervin forces the Wukong's here. KP going to be doomed up, actually. He's going to turn around Fervin. He's going to tick out. Yeah. 1-for-1 trade, and you use the Doom plus the Wukong's command. They're in your base. They don't have to be... They don't have to be scared, though. What is this move? Kescu,
and Fervin's going to buy back, but what can he really do?
No, he has to cancel the TP, as he is scaring the crap out of everyone. They're going to take a lane here. There's no way to get them out of your base with the healing ward down as well. They don't care about the range racks, though. That's a side project. Maybe they go back.
Very fortunate for Boom that the other 2 lanes are on the other side of the map.
Could have easily flipped into a second.
Easily be multiple racks.
Oh, it's going to be multiple heroes, though. The Hex comes out. Odin in a lot of trouble. Burning Army does go down. Soulbind connects on the new, and she and Febi locked together. Their fates entwined, but Kescu in the meantime is going to die, and Joachim just trying to kill off these skeletons, almost dying for it. If the Crimson Guard wasn't there, he'd be dead, in fact. The range racks will fall by the looks of it, as the catapult's not being quite stopped. Final hit comes out. See you later. Building the lead up slowly but surely on the side of Mineski. And you mentioned it earlier, the only reason it looks so slow of a ramp up are these Midases that the side of Boom picked up.
And you always have to do that mental math when you 8K from Mineski, but you know, Boom ID have like 5K invested in items that aren't helping them in fights.
97% win probability in favor of Mineski right now. Yeah. Boom needs something. They need it soon. But what is it going to be? I mean, you've got a Monkey King farming up his Battle Fury towards a BKB next. He did at least get his Echo Saber sneaked in between then.
Well, and as you look toward the late game, you know, Monkey King is not a hero that can really hype in most games now. You know, OD scale is plenty nice, but again, you know, where OD gets scary late game is if you have another scaling core on his side. I mean, I think Mineski are just fine going at least reasonably late.
True. They've got decent heroes. I mean, especially the ET. ET won the best supports in the late game scenario due to that natural order buff.
I think the best.
I'm trying to think if I would rate anyone higher. Because
the way that hero scales.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few that could maybe match, but it's just in terms of cookie cutter fit, what would be the best support in the late game scenario, nothing really matches them. Because you don't need certain conditions to be met, right? Like you say, oh, Shaman's great if you've got supporting push. But then you say, oh yeah, ET's great. Whether I've got a magic lineup or a physical lineup.
If you go strictly by the numbers, Phoenix is a support in the last couple patches that's had like these huge late game splits.
That is true.
He's been because of the way Sunray scales and his other abilities scale and talent.
Mm-hmm. It's more the survivability it gives. I think that's kind of the difference. Like I'd say, when I think of ET, it's like the king of aggression, whereas Phoenix is the king of defensive, right?
I think that's completely fair. You know, Boom ID, you can see right now they're just it's so hard for them to come outside their base.
I mean, look at this. Kezcute has to bodyguard Fervian. Monkey Kings that usually will just roll around the map and not care. He actually had to go for the Tree Dance cast range as well. Now, usually as a carry, you want to get that Jingy, right? But you know why he's done it this game. He wants to see KP coming. He has to see KP coming. Those forwards were a little bit early. The Stomp will connect them to Kezcute. That's not good enough. I think maybe Bebby jumped the gun a little bit there.
Yeah, especially, you know, KP, I know he has boots of travel, but...
You're asking a little bit much of him there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm dropping wards. Okay, I'll TP in a few seconds. Now, guess we'll just commit to the bot push. Getting closer to his BKB as well, in which case you are not stopping this man from grabbing one of your kids and running away with him.
Exactly. He wants to get BKB for that high ground assault, and you can't blame him.
Smoked up. Trying to dangle the Monkey King, but this is way too obvious.
Okay, they hit what? Come on, Pi. Get out of there. Get out of there.
Off down, baits them in. They get the Phantom Embrace out way too late, and Ajit will be able to make his escape as well. In fact, they need to be careful. Soulbind goes down to one. They're going to actually look to throw out the Doom as well. Someone's going to link to it, but Moon, it's too late. He's going to get the Skeleton Army down. Makoto has to move away. They're going to kill Ajit. The buyback comes out. Makoto's going to live. FBZ will not be so lucky. And now, Fervian, he's standing still. He's going to throw down the Wukongs. He's forced to fight here, but the last is going to come out in the Shackles. They're working against each other, but it does work out in the end. They get the big kill. They do force the buyback out the Juggernaut, but it doesn't matter. They got what they came for. You don't have buybacks.
Absolutely no hesitation on that buyback by the Juggernaut. He knows he's alongside his team because they're so far ahead.
Oh, 1 sec, Alan. Let's quickly restart the call. You cut out a little bit there.
All right.
Apologies for that, folks. I know you want to hear more of the beautiful silver-haired devil. We'll get him back for you. All right, there we go.
There we are.
Now they could look to push in or look to go Roche. It should be obvious. Moon says more Roche. Or does he? No, they just want to go.
No.
The Monkey King window is small, but it's big enough. They have got the level 2 Serpent Wards as well. Jeet getting the wave pushed in. No hesitation. They commit the wards. This time it's a good time. KP. Got Lasso now coming off cooldown. He can make the blink initiation. He sees the right target. FBZ moving in. He's going to club him up. Phantom's Embrace does come out.
Even when Monkey responds, he's going to have Wukongs on cooldown.
But they're all napping now. There's the BKB. The last two comes out onto the Doom. Going to drag him straight out of the base so he doesn't have the Crimson Guard to work with. He's going to try and heal up. The Glimmer Cape protects. The Shackles does come out. If heavy. Protected by the Ghost Scepter. Now the Omnis Slash going to work. Doing a lot of work with the Stomp there as well. Astro to protect himself, but Kezcute and FBZ left outside it. They'll get the kill on the Shaman, but now they're in trouble. FBZ getting pretty low. The sticky napalms are stacking up. The Diffuser comes out. Glimmer Cape trying to help him out, but split it through. He can't get out of it. He'll just turn around for one club onto KP. But he doesn't care. Forces the buyback. We'll make it out. Makoto doesn't have Science Clips for 50 seconds, so he can't even try and blow it. Monkey King is chasing.
wants to chase here, but did he doom the Lincolns?
The Doom, no, it was on cooldown, right? Because he used it Yeah, previously
I
on the
saw
Juggernaut.
Lincoln's pop and I saw Doom's on cooldown and I'm like, oh no.
No, it was because he used it on the soul-binded target, right? Because they soul-binded Ajit in the river and then they doomed him. Admittedly, those kind of effects look similar. So it's easy to not quite catch those when it happens.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, so many more particle effects in Dota now.
There is. I mean, we've had discussion about some of them before, how runes should appear above people's heads instead of being on their bodies, because it's like, how can I tell if this person is already blue that they have a DD? Oh, well, you could click on them. Well, I'm in the middle of a fight, stupid. Oh, Kescu, feeling a little bit dumb. Dangles himself, now in trouble. Maybe he ran down.
Yeah, is that going to be the window that they want to take Roche?
They're still very hesitant to go in. They're respecting the side of Boom here.
Well, it's one of those things when you're two racks up, a lot of the urgency gets a lot less.
At the same time, they have to respect the fact that they themselves do not have buybacks available on their big course.
Sure.
I mean, and the side of Boom know this. They know that one's been committed from Ajit. They don't know that Moon doesn't have a buyback right now. He's 1,000 gold short. In the Dota Raw chess economy logic, this is a little bit dangerous to be this low on gold, guys.
Well, you know, there's also not a huge RNG component as to which items are available.
oh, KB! He cuts the tree!
BKB.
And now, Furby down half HP. The BKB is going to come up. The Skeleton Army's down. He's trying to move away quick enough. The Army Slash is going to go down the Earthspin as well. FBC going to fall alongside his OD when he comes out. The Astral Furby trying to zone them out with the Wukongs, but no, he still hasn't got rid of the Skeletons. They're going to do the work and run them through. It's an ultra kill for Moon. Chasing for more. Slow them down and give him a rampage. Don't kill it off. There it is. Rampage for the Clinks in this game. Straight towards the mid. They're going to barrel down here and finish off the game as a GG. Congratulations come out.
They earned it, man. You have to be optimistic if you're Boom. You showed some really good Dota here in these qualifiers. Definitely a team on the right trajectory, but Mineski, just too much. The pedigrees on this roster, you saw in this game when they get the kind of draft that they're confident in. Genius, 5th pick Clinks. They just convert every time.
No, definitely. The Clinks pick paid off. I mean, I was sold on it from the get-go. I've seen that matchup, the OD, and I was saying to you, right, like, this is... It's deceptive as all hell because you think, I can disrupt his CSing. I'm very scary because, you know, he's not got much int. But it's kind of like that middle finger up after you kill me, right? It's the same logic as to why Wraith King was great around TIA. It's like, well, you kill me, but there's an aftermath that's going to screw you over. With Wraith King, it was the Ags. With Moon, it's on that Clinks, it's this new ultimate that he has, the Skeleton Arm. You throw that down, if you die, so what? The damage is still being dealt.
Oh, and you look at the numbers from this game. I mean, 22, 2, and 10 is Moon. He's in on 32 of the 36 Mineski kills. Game high 36k hero damage, more than twice any other hero in the game. This is the MVP performance of the SEA qualifiers so far, and it comes in the clinching game.
Big credit to Pi as well, by the way, to go on a POS 5 ET and finish 4-0-24.
Yeah, 4-0-24. Absolutely. That's what I was telling you during the draft. Pi has been a 5-position Elder Titan player forever. He was a 5-position Elder Titan player when this hero wasn't even in the meta, and this is the kind of performance that you get out of your veteran support player.
Well, if you sell that Kool-Aid to me again, I'll definitely drink it. Congratulations to Mineski making it to the Stockholm Major. They got plenty of practice to do and got plenty of time to get it in. But that does mean that we are done here for today. We will be back tomorrow when the European qualifiers begin. We'll be covering the EU region. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a schedule up. It's been a wild ride. We started on CIS. We somehow ended up on SEA today, but we survived it. I'm kind of glad. All right, SEA, they don't always get the credit they deserve. There are some interesting teams in this region, as we just saw here. What?
Yeah, it's a volatile region, but it's definitely entertaining, and there's definitely just a huge level of talent in this region. When you watch these teams, you can see the individual skill levels on display. It's just a matter of putting them together and getting consistent performances. But you know, we've seen this region finish top 4 at majors. We've seen this region win outright a major last year at DAC. You know, it is, I think, only a matter of time until you see an SEA team in the grand finals at TI.
Ooh, bold statement. You're going to put one down for TI9? No. Okay.
I think maybe not TI9.
TI10.
The thing is,
TI10.
what's going to be really interesting this season, real quick before we go, people don't realize this, but with the new roster rules, there is going to be a lot of roster mobility in the period right before TI. You are going to see player transactions happen this year in April, and it's going to potentially have a huge impact on the TI landscape. And SEA is one of those regions. I would not be surprised if one of the big name organizations puts together an all-star roster and brings in a premier international coach. And so, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of uncertainty around TI this year. And I think you're going to see at least one all-star team get put together pretty soon before it and go really, really deep.
I think you're right. Like, the thing that I constantly say about SEA, you have to give credit where credit is due. They have some of the most phenomenally talented individual players, mechanically at least, most definitely,